If you don't know who Chris Hanson is, and you're not following Karate Unity, but you are doing karate, or any martial art, or combat sport, or any of it, or just like great videos, then you should go check out his stuff. Karate Unity on YouTube, Instagram. He's got a website, karateunity.ca. He's doing really great interviews with all kinds of really great people in the martial arts world. But so, pick up my phone, he sends me this. Let me just get out of the way so you can watch this.
Mr. Ken Knight of KenFu TV. It's me again, your bud Chris from Karate Unity. And you know, over here, we do a lot of flow drills. Flowing is growing. And you grow to flow. And you go slow. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 techniques, and I'd like you to take it back to your camp, mix it in with your stuff, and come up with a flow drill. And you're going to do the same, right?
Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. We're doing this. Chris and I are collaborating on this flow drill idea that he's got. We're both making a flow drill. It's a 6-part flow drill using 3 techniques he came up with, 3 techniques I came up with, and then developing them into something that can be done both solo, with a partner. Just some great training stuff, right? Because we're all trying to figure out how to train and come up with new ideas and stuff right now. And it's just fun. There's actually going to be 2 videos because he's doing one and I'm doing one. And we'll compare. We'll throw these drills down and you'll get to see what I think. You'll get to see what Chris thinks. And you get to walk away with 2 drills for free that you can play with. And then maybe you can make your own and throw some video responses our way so that we can have some drills to work with that you came up with. It's been a little bit since we started this collaboration, but then COVID-19 happened and now we're stuck at home. We mailed each other, we phoned in some techniques. We put together 6 techniques that we wanted to do in a flow drill. And those 6 techniques for him was Uchiuke, Agiyuke, Geiranuke, a nice Kihon, which he's been working a lot. If you haven't watched his stuff, you've got to go see the videos that he's been working on, really boiling down on these particular techniques. My 3 techniques were Morote Uchiuke, Joran Jujiuke, but I think I originally showed that you could do either Joran or Geiran Jujiuke, and Tetsuyuchi. So let's jump into what this drill looks like with a partner. So we're gonna work this off of the hook. She's gonna receive that in kind of a flinch response method using Agiyuke. So just hand up, very natural to come into this position. And now she moves into Jujiuke as a way to transition that and throw Tetsuyuchi as the follow-up counter. I'm gonna trap here, roll this down into the Morote Uchiuke. So got hold of this, slamming into here. She drops this down with Geiranuke, and she's gonna throw that. Chris has been doing this really great thing where he's doing this kind of rising Uchiuke, where the Uchiuke comes kind of like this and it rises up into the target. So she's gonna run that right here. There's a couple pieces that we add just to keep it flowing together. So another Geiranuke and a straight punch. She's just gonna tap the straight punch, follow her hook. So that straight punch and that tap is just to keep the flow of this drill going. So now it's my turn. So I switch my feet and bring through. So there was my Jujiuke leading to Tetsuyuchi. She drops this down, sends this up. Okay, I bring here. She rolls down, straight punch, and we hook and through here. This is a receive that I do quite often where this rolls in as this comes in here as the setup for Geiranuke. It's just a method in which I like to move and come in with that straight punch and hook. Hit. Okay, so that actually leads me into the next part, which is how this drill flows together. So a flow drill is only as good as the things that you pull away from it. So what's the purpose of a flow drill anyway? And the purpose of a flow drill is to get rapid repetition of a particular set of skills. So in this case, we've got 6 techniques that we're rolling through and getting good repetition on. But you should always know how to break a flow drill and make it effective. So let's look at that for a second. We start this hook, right? Obviously her goal is to fire off this Jujiuke quickly and smash me in the face. Boom, right? So that technique, she throws the hook. Okay, just bam, just in there. That's how this should deploy when the time comes. Now we keep going, right? So I hit. Here, we've got technique there, but we'll look at, this is the one that I wanted to look at because this method of rolling through lends to these big throw techniques and different stuff like that where there's my entry. So we'll switch sides so I can kind of show how this entry works. So in this part where she throws this rising technique and I receive this way as my setup for Geiranuke. Okay, so as that rolls in, okay, this is a great place to find, and I can be watching for this hand because if that punch comes, whatever, I can be trapping, stuffing, and working to Uchimata. Okay, something like that, working into big hip throws, that sort of thing. So you can see how when we're working this drill, okay, so I hit, we'll do the whole drill. Okay, boom. As this happens, I can work right into technique. So it's teaching that entry that we've got available to us. As we get through here, I hit and tap. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so right here, as this gets tapped down for this rising technique, this can also be working into these techniques here, right? So this is that same rise. Now I can roll through, do the whole throw. We're in a smaller room, so I don't want to kick the tripod, all that. But you've got all these kind of things. So you can see how that's how I see a flow drill being useful. First, working through lots of reps of the basic techniques, literally the Kihon, Juji-Uke, some different types of striking, punching, hooking, that kind of stuff. And then building from there, seeing how the application of the flow drill can quickly just become entries in different ways. You're just building context as it all comes together. So that's the drill together. And now we'll look at it solo. Okay, so now we're gonna look at how you would practice this solo if you don't have a partner, or just practice it without a partner. So there's two ways to do that. There's a way to just work through the flow drill by itself. We'll do that in a moment. And then the other way is to work it like a kata. So let's look at what the flow drill is to begin with. The flow drill is, in this case, a series of 10 movements that are performed kind of folded in half, each person performing half of it to complement the other person's half. Then it's designed in such a way that it works cyclically and you just kind of continue to loop. So the first thing that we're going to do in the case of a kata is remove that cyclical component and put this into just a one-time, one run-through thing. And then you can perform it cyclically, just doing it as much as you want. The other thing we're going to do is, in this case, I'm just going to move stationary. I'm going to focus on what the hands are doing and then just practice it that way. You could, of course, add footwork and that sort of thing, but I feel this one tends to flow best from a stationary standpoint. Lastly, you just got to decide, where am I going to start? For me personally, I feel like the Ageuke is a great place to start, and from a traditional kata standpoint, it feels good to start there. So let's look at that. So you're going to work Ageuke, Juji-Uke, Tetsuyuchi, okay, Geiranuke, Uchi-Uke, this forward Shuto-Uke, that's the tap for the punch, into the hook, Moroto Uchi-Uke, Geiranuke, and punch, right? So that's the whole thing. That's all there is. Okay, so let's go through it one more time. This time I'm just going to count it. It's just the way my mind works. If I know the total number of something, it's easier for me to make sure that I remembered all of the pieces. So in this case, it's a 10 movement form. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that's the whole form. That could be just practice as a kata, just focusing on each of those movements and just working to make each one better. So now let's look at it from a flow drill component, just a stationary flow drill. And the reason why I'm separating this off is because this is incorporating the visualization side of it. How does this all work? How does it flow together? And what does this look like? So now I can start to add the footwork. I can kind of move with it. I can kind of maybe adapt and change how my body shapes while I do it, and start to incorporate the parts of it that are a little bit more me. So starting at the beginning, just going to step and get my frame, right? So build that frame, pass this around, and hit. Second strike comes in, pass this down and throw this hit up, then tap. Okay, from the tap, I throw the hook, the Moroto Uchi-Uke, I catch this, roll through, throw the hit. Now I have to switch my feet again to come back. Here we've got each of these motions and you just work through it. So a little more dynamic and a lot more visualization. And that puts us at 3 ways that we can practice these drills, right? So we've got the kata form, we've got the solo fluid form, and then working it with a partner and really getting to test it live. Then taking that further, breaking it apart, and finding that as a way to create entries and a way to create exits, right? So being able to deploy technique and things like that, breaking the drill and kind of removing some of those training scars. Thanks, Chris. I had a lot of fun doing this. Really looking forward to doing another one with you soon. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my drills. That's my one drill, really, and 3 different ways to practice it, to incorporate it into what you do. I think this is a really great thing to do. I think this is a really great experiment you can do anytime. Tie things together and don't be too attached to it. Just because I built this drill doesn't mean that 10 years from now people are still going to be learning this drill from me. Instead, it'll just be, let's build another one, let's do it again, let's grab it, throw it away. It's about practice. It's about working through it. It's about grabbing the skills and ditching the drill. So now we need to head over to Karate Unity's channel and see what Chris came up with. I think his drill is going to be really, really great, and I hope you join me over there seeing what he did. That's what I've got. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to subscribe, hit that right here. Here's a playlist of videos like this and 2 more videos that you might like. I'm Ken, this is KenFu TV, and I'll catch you in the next one.